welcome everyone, welcome back to the Nemba channel. Originally I was going to start this video off with like some Guinness in my hand because obviously I got a song coming out called Guinness 1977, which by the time this video goes up will be about sort of 6 days until it comes out, May 29th. Let's go, let's get it. I'm very happy with that song. I think it's probably my best sounding song so far. I'm just very happy with it, I'm very proud of it, and I'm very excited. However, at the same time, a year ago, pretty much, I released an EP called May Include Music. And, you know, I was going to do a lot of personal reflection. I was going to react to my EP. I was going to sit down and listen to it because I've not actually listened to the full thing since it came out a year ago. I've like literally not touched it. I've just moved on, even though I've like mentioned it a lot of times sort of in lyrics or just in videos, but I've not listened to the full thing at all. So I thought, why don't I just make a video where I listen to the full thing, give my kind of updated thoughts on it a year later, and just kind of see if anything's changed, see if my opinions on the project have changed, what can I learn from it a year later. Yeah, I was going to just do this on my own, to be honest, but then I thought like I might as well record it, make a video out of it, because I was going to make a video earlier this year about the Underscores album, You. I was actually like prepped. I was making that video and it was like a theory on like what the album might mean and like what I believe her narrative was she was trying to say, and there's a lot of stuff in there. And then Underscores came out with a Fantano interview, and she just kind of like blew the whole fucking concept that I had out of the water. And then she was just like, no, actually it's just about love. And I was like, alright. So I think that video is gone. I mean, it's not gone, but like my motivation on that video dropped significantly since she basically just confirmed that everything I was about to say just wasn't true. But anyway, I'm here today for a different purpose. I'm here to react to May Include Music 1 year later, as well as just talk about it, talk about my process, maybe shed some light on different aspects of making this kind of music for anyone like interested, I guess. You can probably tell from my voice, but I'm not feeling too well today, so I don't want to make this video crazy long, and also because I don't know how entertaining this is going to be, but at the same time I'm not really planning for it to be entertaining because it is low-key more for me. But I thought, yeah, again, I might as well like share it if it's useful, if it's like cool for anyone to see, if anyone cares, I don't know. But we're here today, so let's do it. I'm watching this on my YouTube page. Shout out to my YouTube. If you're watching this on my YouTube as well, you should definitely go subscribe if you're not already, because only 3% of you are subscribed, I guess. I don't know, that's not true, I don't think. I don't know what to say actually right now. I don't really have like a plan for this video. As I said, I'm just gonna watch and kind of listen to the EP. Yeah, give my thoughts, give any sort of relevant points. I won't be like explaining it because I think that's like kind of against the rules. Do you know what I mean? But I will, I don't know, maybe talk about like certain things that were going on in my life at that point, because my life has changed, you know, like I no longer work with some people that I worked with at the time, and you know, I don't live in the same place. I moved house. The way in which I make music is different to how I made music during this project. Interestingly enough, actually, both projects are kind of somewhat reflective of the way I made the music as well. So this EP is a lot darker sounding, because it was actually a lot more painful at that point to make the music. Like I was low-key just torturing myself to fucking get this EP out. I'm about to be on my reaction channel shit. We got 6 songs to get through, some of which may have aged well, some of which may have aged very poorly. We will have to see. I'm trying to think if there's anything else like mentioned before I start. Maybe the cover art. Cool cover. This was taken in my town, my hometown. This is actually my friend wearing, this is like not edited, well it's edited obviously, but it's not like, I'm not this white figure, it's actually my friend who was like wearing it, and then, you know, did some editing, so I'm like talking to my friend, and my other friend was just like taking a bunch of images and taking a bunch of photos. And I think the cover's really cool. I like the colors, and I like I think it also, yeah, means something, and it relates a lot to the sort of narrative of the project. But enough chatting, enough chit chatting, bro. I've got to get through this fucking video, otherwise I'm gonna actually be here for hours. And again, this video is not meant to be entertaining, but like, come on, we've got to lock in, bro. Let's get it. Track 1, Z Skin, may include music. Let's go. I'm already kind of remembering, like, okay, it's fine, let's just go. There's actually, sorry to pause, I'm gonna do this the whole video. Given it's the 1 year anniversary, you know, and if people care enough, then, you know, I should just stop assuming people don't care immediately, because I know a lot of people won't, but for the people that do, I feel like I should do something. So I'm gonna try and give as many like just sort of fun little facts as I can. This 30-second bit here, actually, funnily enough, syncs up perfectly, I think, kind of, with the trailer for 28 Years Later. I remember I was really burnt out, and I had no idea, like, I was at this sort of period where I was like, bro, I can't make music. Like, I literally am just like, I suck, like, I'm struggling. I had like the name may include music, but there was no songs yet, like I'd completed nothing. And what ended up happening is I was like, okay, you know, I do sound design, I study sound design and music, and so I decided, okay, maybe I should just do some sound design, and then hopefully off whatever sound design I do, I can then make a song, or I can then like evolve that into a song. And so at the time, 28 Years Later was coming out. So yeah, this little like 30-second snippet, if you play it, it's been altered since, you know, I did the sound design for it. Like this went through many different versions, this little intro. But I think a lot of elements of it still do line up with the trailer of 28 Years Later, so you can play them simultaneously, and then whenever like that comes in, I think that's where like the violence is shown in like the trailer. But anyway, that's a little fun fact for you there. Again, because I feel like I should be saying something, I should be giving as many like interesting facts as I can. But yeah.
Something's better than nothing, you know? Everything's got to be perfect. I've got to make sure, like, what if I release it and people are like, oh, this is shit.
50 or 60 of those things just standing there, staring at me. They didn't move, they didn't move.
Bro, what the fuck was I doing, bro? I was actually just doing anything at the time. Fun fact, again, so the person screaming is also my friend who's in the like may include music galactic supervillain costume. It's the same person, same voice. I actually, another like moment where I was thinking, oh fuck, I can't make music, so I kind of just went out and I messaged like loads of people at the time to be like, oh, just send me a clip of you screaming. And then some people like responded, and they were like, all right. And some of them were like half-hearted, I'm not gonna lie. Some of them were like good. But I had no plan. Like, I had no plan for what I was gonna do with this clip of people screaming. And I don't think it was implemented very well. Like, it kind of makes no sense for it to like be here, to be honest. Just like what? Like what was I doing? Okay, fine.
Headlock, words got me
Okay, interesting.
I'm going with them. Get back in the cellar. Where's it coming? Come on!
Okay. Interesting song. There's certain bits which, certain lyrics, which some people I actually have heard argue that they've aged badly. But to be completely honest, I think they've aged really well because it was very representative of like, you know, what I was thinking at the time and my sort of outlook on different things at the time. There's definitely some lyrics though that have not aged well. Personally, I think like a lot of the reference-y kind of ones like aren't. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about them because it's weird because going into this video now, I would have thought that this verse would have aged like perfectly because I remember at the time I was like, this is the best verse I've ever written. This is like, you know, even though it's really short and it literally happens at the end of this whole song, like this perfectly encapsulates the whole project. Like, this is fantastic. I don't I don't feel like that's the case a year later. Like I don't kind of, my opinions have definitely changed. Is it it's okay. I think the beat sucks, I think, as well. The beat is like, there's not a lot going on. It's kind of like a weird boom bap like drum thing, but the drums aren't like hitting very hard, and I think a lot of the textural elements, whilst they're like interesting enough, I feel like they don't really paint like any kind of memorable, like there's no like melody, there's no anything, and I'm not saying there needs to be, but you can't, I don't feel like I could hum this beat. Do you know what I mean? If I needed to, if I could like recall the beat perfectly, I feel like I couldn't. There's no like, there's nothing that is bringing me back right here, and it's not even hitting me very hard, and I feel like some of my delivery isn't amazing. I don't think it's great. Like, there's certain bits where I feel like are fine. Like, I have a lot of like energy in my delivery, but I don't know. I just don't think it works. I just don't think it works with the beat. But that's okay. You know, this is what I'm making this video for. This is very interesting because I actually thought I was going to go into the song really liking it, and I kind of am not. And so I wonder if there's songs that I didn't like at the time which I will like now. But yeah, some of the lyrics, like there's like a random like King K. Rool reference. I don't know. Like, sure, I guess. I don't know. I think one of my issues at the time of making this project is that I was so focused on like getting the point across that I was trying to get that I just wasn't really focusing on how the songs sound and their replayability, which kind of makes it hard to like put the song on. Do you know what I mean? Like, I can't put it on and be like, I'm just gonna listen to this, because I don't know, it feels like I have to be like really committed to listen to it. So that's my takeaway. I didn't have a favorite song at the time, but I know a lot of people, when it came out, the whole EP, there was a few people who said Z-Skin or Z-Skin or whatever. They said it was like their favorite one. And I kind of thought that at the same time, but I don't know now. I'm not sure anymore. But we'll see. We'll see going through. That is the first track of 6, and I feel like this video is going to be really long. Now I'm thinking about it. Like, overall, there's some interesting sonic palettes, I guess. Like, it changes so much. This like conversational phone call here is very important, not only to the project, but also to like, I guess the period of time that I like recorded this and like made this, you know, it makes sense. And I don't think it's aged badly at all. I think it's actually aged really well in just, yeah, being like a good time capsule for like what I felt in that time and everything that was motivating me in that time. And, you know, so I think thematically it's cool. Sonically, it's less cool. Lyrically, it's like not too bad. I don't think. I just think delivery wise, could have switched it up, could have changed it, could have improved it. But at the time, I was very happy with it. That's okay. Okay, moving on. Oh wait, on the may include music scale, I'm gonna give these songs out of 10. On the tier list, in fact, I'll do a tier list. Z-Skin, I'll say, is like and a may include music tier list. It's like a A. I think it's like, is it a good may include music song? I'm gonna put it at like A. It might be low A. I'm gonna put it at B. Actually, I'm gonna put it at B for B Skin, because it could be like really good in comparison to the other ones. It could be really bad in comparison to the other ones. I don't know. For now, I'm gonna keep it at B. I might move it around later. But yeah, to you, 4 tracks from now. Let's go. Let's do it.
Clairvoyance, it's a moment I heard it, yeah. I can't ever be mad at your time. My breath hitches every moment your word occurs. You're the step that I can't ever get to, and I won't ever try to respect you. I paprika myself of a building just to impress you. I'll be your furniture, like the reason that I did was for you.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, this is way better than I remember it being. What the fuck? Okay, hold on. What? I think for one, the beat is like so much more interesting, which makes sense actually, because Z-Skin was the first song like that I made in the whole project, and to you, 4 tracks from now was like the second last that I made. I think it went Z-Skin, Schmetterling, Scarecrow Sandwich. I think Scarecrow Sandwich and Schmetterling were like made at pretty much the same time, but they both went through loads of different versions, so I don't really know which one was like finished first. And then it was Ravenous 1999, and then it was To You 4 tracks from now, and then To You 4 tracks ago. So I guess it makes sense because like, I had more experience under my belt when making this, so it makes sense that the beat is better, but maybe my delivery isn't amazing and like the mixing isn't amazing, but like I think also the like the more referencey lyrics are like better. Like I'll paprika myself of a building, I'll be your furniture. I think that's like, it makes way more sense, and I think is better tied in like than the fucking like King K. Rool lyric on the first song. This is a much better usage of that kind of lyric.
Scar tissue, antidote on my fingers, smile on me, I can crack the cocoon. 4 months to your mental arrival, spend time working on my salute. Pretty face,
Okay.
you to be better.
Okay.
Send the tons of the deal, anything else is better and blessed. We could be 2 peas in a pod, we can work stuff out, we can both be friends.
Okay, this beat switch, the infamous may include music beat switch, where I felt the need to like fucking create a second beat every single song because I didn't know how to structure beats, and so the only thing I could think of doing was switch the beat. I'm not looking forward to the second half of the song. I'm gonna be very real. I'm very scared. I'm frightened. The first half of the song at least is like high. That's like an S tier may include music song, but I don't feel like. That was cool. That was tough. I forgot I put that in.
Come to think of it, I think we're good.
Yeah. What?
This, and I'm sad that I feel it's the answer. I looked over my shoulder at life, it's not cafes and Aerodance, escape but
What? Okay, it's actually not that bad. And I think maybe the reason I have such a negative outlook on it is because of like how kind of personal it is which, yeah, makes sense that, like, you know, I'm not gonna want to listen to it. But if I'm actually just taking it at, like, face value, I feel like it is successfully getting the point across again, which I think the Z-Skin did, but this, I think it's just doing it more successfully. Though I will say that the Aerodanza Cafe line, again, is just another, like, random fucking reference which just doesn't need to be in the song. And I don't know why I put these things in the song sometimes. I think the Paprika one was fine because it made more sense, and it, like, kind of, I don't know, like, the film Paprika is sort of, like, more in line with the kind of style of May Include Music, so it makes more sense to reference something like Paprika. Whereas, why am I referencing fucking Penguin Cafe Orchestra Aerodancer, bro? Like, what am I actually doing?
Pray for you, you're infinitely better than me. Apart from that, I'm the same as you.
There's also this, like, weird, like, echo on my voice the whole time. Again, it's, I just don't know what I'm doing. Like, I just don't know how to mix. I just don't know how to mix at all. And I'm thinking, like, if I double track the vocals, and, like, there's one vocal with me here, and there's another one where I'm, like, over there, because I'm literally, I think what I did was I just stood, like, so far away from the microphone and just went, ah, and I just repeated the same lyrics, just, I was more, like, shouting them. So I guess that was my idea of, like, oh, we're gonna do some spatial mixing. Okay, whatever. Well, let's just continue.
You know, I've got a boyfriend who's the greatest guy in the world. But
Holly, never get interested in a dedicated man.
Okay. Wow. Oh my god. Wait. This is really. Fuck. I'm just kind of like understanding now. I'm confused on how much I want to explain. And I don't want to explain anything. Like, this is, there's some interesting, like, lyrics, I feel.
I still delete my DNA and psychology. Know that I'm faithful.
I don't know if I definitely prefer the first beat, but I was expecting myself to hate this beat, and I don't hate it, actually. Yeah, I like the little outro snippet as well. I do feel like this project does kind of have an interesting vibe of, I don't know, I didn't anticipate when I started making it that it would have so many kind of 1940s, 1950s-esque sounds in it. But I think it's kind of cool. I'm really glad that my music doesn't still sound like it, because I think it just kind of adds to the neatness of May Include Music, I guess, as a project. And, like, you know, if I go back to it now, I can hear the distinct difference between my music then and my music now, and the kind of instrumentation I was using then and the kind of instrumentation I'm using now, and the kind of beat structures are different. And, you know, like, I am hearing a big difference. And also, like, okay, yeah, the mixing is different, but I think just primarily on, like, sonically, there's a lot more, like, noise in this. Currently, that's my favorite song, which is insane because it was not my favorite song at all when it dropped. Like, granted, I haven't got to Ravenous 1999 yet. That was my favorite song, I think, but we'll have to see. Currently, I'm gonna give To You 4 tracks from now an S tier. I think it deserves an S tier, May Include Music, but we'll have to oh god, we'll have to see. Okay, next song is, I think, the kind of favorite that people typically got from the project when it first dropped, which is Scarecrow Sandwich. Let's do it.
My money, I'm the same height as Claro. Groundhog Day, I'm getting sick of it. Give me a tunnel with a spoon. I could probably do it if all my insides were all hay.
Okay. I'm just gonna be straight up in saying that this is the entire reason the song exists. I thought of the lyric, stand on my money on the same height as Claro, and I'm the same height as Claro, so stand on my money, I'm broke. I got no money. That's a joke, right? And I was like, at the time, I really liked the lyric, but I had no idea what would rhyme with Claro other than, like, Scarecrow. And so I was thinking, like, okay, I need to mention Scarecrow, but how do I mention Scarecrow? Like, and there has to be a good reason for me to mention Scarecrow for some reason, because like everything else I was writing had no relation to it. And then I was like, well, why don't I make the song, you know, why don't I have this whole like Scarecrow metaphor going throughout the entire song? Yeah. So I made the whole song because I wanted to say that I was the same height as Clara for a lyric. Yeah. So that's a little lore drop for you there. I hate that bit. I actually hate that bit. That bit sucks. The bit where I'm like, so nah, stop, bro. Get off the mic. Okay.
How do I go outside? How do I get out of bed? I'm trying to teleport.
Why is there a fucking car siren? Why is there a police siren? Okay, fine.
You're scared, hungry, and distant. Drain sweat and tears is what business. They treat preservation like witches. What did I say on that first track?
Oh, that's actually kind of sick. See, okay, this is the benefit of not listening for ages, because again, I'm kind of forgetting lyrics. I do like, what is this? Where is it? Like, they treat preservation like witches. That's kind of cool. I do feel like this is just a kind of, this is difficult. My thoughts on this are really tricky, because there's a lot of this I don't like, but then there's just some of it I do like. I think I prefer the second beat. Probably. I think I prefer the second beat, because I think it's just more like, I like the drums. I like the kind of bounciness of it, and the flow on the drums is like kind of sick. It's kind of cool. But yeah, there's just certain lyrics which are not certain lyrics. Sorry, actually, the lyrics mostly have been fine, apart from like the Android 19 bit. Like really, honestly, it's just the middle, which just kind of loses steam. I feel like if I were to remake this song now, I'd definitely just cut the middle bit out, because there's no rules. You know, I don't need to fill a quota. That's something I did actually a lot in this project. I remember, is that I kept thinking for some reason that every song had to be around 3 minutes. I think are they all 3 minutes? No, Ravenous 999 is like just under 3 minutes, but like, for whatever reason I was like, I can't just end the song here, which isn't true. And I think that's something I'm doing currently in my music, where I'm like, I feel like if I said everything I needed to say, then I just would finish the song. Like, I don't see a point in like coming through to like do more shit if I don't need to, or if I don't feel that the song needs that. Oh, I remember this. Oh my god. Full thoughts on Scarecrow Sandwich. I think it's pretty good. I think Z-Skin is like one of the lowest ones. I think it is. Which is so weird. That's so strange. Like, that was not what I thought at the time at all. But I think it's just so let down by like... I think it's just so let down by the fact that it's just like... Yeah, I don't know. It's random lyrics. And this is also let down by random lyrics like, you know, the Android 19U. But there's some lyrics which I think are really good in here. Like the witch's line. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's curious. I'm going to put this at an A, but I may have to redistribute the whole thing. But actually, so far, this project is a lot better than I remember it being. I literally don't remember it being this complex. Like, I'm actually surprised at how kind of intricate the beats are. Like, they are very different, and the production changes a lot throughout. There's like certain just random bits that I just put in, which I think are kind of cool. Yeah, I'm actually enjoying myself. I thought I was gonna hate this. Wow, can't believe this. Okay, to the next one. I'm gonna go back. Ravenous 1999. Is this still gonna be my favorite song off the project? We'll have to see.
Where are your lyrics at? Show what you've written. Wait, Wait, EMF are the bars in the room with us. You are not Morricone, cement slabs, no paint or colour aware. I just had a peep at one of your tracks. Like this.
That's
Raps and Ravenous 1999.
okay. That was cringe. But that last bit was really cringe. The bit where I'm like, I'm Ravenous 1999. That was bad. I didn't like that bit. But there's certain bits like I think this song is kind of obvious to what I'm talking about. I'm just like really frustrated with like certain like UK rap at the time. There's also a lot of lyrics in here which are very like just referential, like you're Johnny posing for the lies. Like I think that's okay. I don't think that's that bad. I will say the mixing of my vocals throughout the entire project is just incredibly inconsistent because I'm so much louder here than I was in the previous song. And again, some of my deliveries are really terrible, like over here.
Closing your blinds and treating the art like signs for dimes. They beg, eating from a bad image. They Johnny posing for the lies. It's not real. The melody generated.
That is right, terrible. Like I'm not selling those lyrics with any conviction in my voice. That's okay. That's okay. Again, like just randomly reference like Morricone for some reason. Why am I bringing it up? Why do I keep doing this? Why do I keep referencing random things that like don't need to be referenced? I don't know. I think that shows like my immaturity at the time of like writing. But this is super interesting because I at the time again was under the firm belief where I was like, this is amazingly written. And I'm not saying it's like terribly written, I'm just saying there's like certain lyrics where I'm like, you know, I think my points I'm trying to get across are like, they're coming across. I just don't think all the lyrics necessarily serve that purpose as much. But yeah, let's continue, let's go. Okay.
Pussy. They pay you like Ocean's 11. Shoot shit with your phone with no creativity and call it a Sunday. Then you judging on me while dressing on one flew over the cookiness cosplay.
I do like that. I actually do like that. Like you judging what is it?
Then you judging on me while dressing on one flew over the cookiness cosplay. Creativity and call it a Sunday. They pay you like Ocean's 11. Shoot shit with your phone with no creativity and call it a Sunday. Then you judging on me while dressing on one flew over the cookiness cosplay.
That's actually kind of like a cool lyric. But this is so full of references. I wonder if that's why this is the most like referential song so far easily. But I wonder if that's why at the time it was my favorite one. I'm not sure. That was okay. Ravenous 1999. I'm gonna say, where was Z-Skin? I think Z-Skin was like a B. Yeah, it was a B. I'm gonna move Z-Skin down to C. Could be even a D. Like just in like comparatively, could be a D potentially. I don't know, but I'm gonna move it out to C. And I'm gonna put Ravenous 1999 in B. Track 5, Schmetterling. I think this was like. It was either Scarecrow Sandwich or it was Schmetterling. And then a little bit of Ravenous 1999 where it was like, those like the three most like popular ones. Those are the three favourites from the project when it came out. Schmetterling could be the best written. I feel like it might be the best written, just like thinking about it now in the way that I've like viewed everything, because I really didn't like Schmetterling at the time. Like I refused to even perform it because of the subject matter and whatever I was talking about, but let's do it. Let's go. Alright, okay. This is gonna be a hard listen, I think, because that was terrible. That was terrible. It was terrible. Okay, let's do it. There's one of my friends screaming in the background on the left side of the headphone. I remember like there's another scream sample, but it's so much like better mixed into the beat anyway.
hands up in his pockets. We share the same jacket, briefcases, and our wallets.
Put your dicks up, you big.
Another day to live for. Better get started.
If he pull a card, I'm a scapegoat, get into trouble like Kimberly Wexler.
Oh my god, what is my fucking problem? I can't just keep randomly referencing fucking characters from things. Kimberly Wexler, fuck off. If he pull a card, I'm a scapegoat as well. What am I doing? What am I actually doing? What am I talking about? This might be the worst one. This actually might be the worst one. Oh no, I came into this thinking it was gonna be the best one. I don't know now. Ah, shit. That was 3 unnecessary references in a row, and I don't know if I can take any more of this. Can't do this. Our status is big in Bethesda? What am I talking about? Our status is big in Bethesda? Fallout. I'm talking about Fallout. Fuck me. Jesus Christ. I'm just trying I'm trying to say, oh, we fell out. Me and this other entity right here. Like, oh, we fell out. But instead of just saying that, I'm trying to say it in a fucking creative way. But it's just not that lyric might be the worst one. That lyric might actually be the worst one on the whole fucking project. That sucked. Oh my god. This second half is painful. It's actually a painful song. Why am I so fucking angry? Why do I sound like that? What's this beat doing as well, man? That was oh god, that was bad. Okay, positives. The aggression, while I think it was bad, and I think my delivery was terrible, like, I think my philosophy at the time was, like, aggressive delivery, high energy is good. And I don't think that's true at all. Like, I think you can have aggressive delivery, but you need to, like, hone that in and, like, pronounce the words properly. Do you know, I don't know, that like, just yelling at a microphone isn't the same as delivering your vocals well. And I think I didn't understand that at the time, and this is terrible. This is terrible in my opinion. In my opinion, this is the worst song on Make the Music. I'm putting this at a D tier. I'm putting this in F tier. This is by far my least favorite. I hate this one. I actually really don't like this one. I definitely do this better if I was making this project now, but I wouldn't make this project now because I don't feel the same way as I did, so it wouldn't make sense to me to make this project now. But you know, there was so many references. This was like unbeatable in terms of references. There was just too many. There's too many. Pretty much every lyric was a reference to something, and it was very needless. Very needless. Yeah. Gassed out in the fight like Trost. Shut up. Let's move on. Last track. Final track. To you 4 tracks ago, I remember very little. I only remember one lyric in this, which we'll get to immediately. But, yeah, here we go.
Today I woke up, cracked the egg and felt exactly how I needed.
Okay, listen to me, right? Listen to me right now. I literally did not know this is what I was doing. I didn't know what I didn't know. I don't know how I didn't know. I don't know how I didn't know. That is not an egg bar. That is not an egg lyric. I didn't know. I promise. I come to this council and I pray for your forgiveness. Literally, that is a terrible line. Obviously, now that I'm here, terrible. But my intention was not that. I didn't understand that that's how it could be perceived. And then I think I heard it while I was mixing, and I was like, yeah, but that's not what I'm trying to say, so it's fine. Everyone who listened to the project, every single person, I got a message from someone, like, the day it dropped, just with the lyric, exactly how I needed. And I was like, bro, because I don't even say exactly, I say X. I say X. Like I'm not, if I were to do that, I would say eggs. Because it's also not how you pronounce it. It's like exactly. Do you know what I mean? Like, not exactly. I don't ever say that. But I am very aware how that is technically kind of the most terrible lyric on the whole fucking project. But that is by far one of my biggest regrets, is I didn't for some reason foresee that that would be perceived as an egg lyric, but it's fine. What do I, going back slightly, I don't know how I feel about
Perform the greatest of all magic accomplishments ever performed on this island.
that. Kind of doesn't, well,
And now we will perform the greatest of all magic accomplishments ever performed on this island.
I don't know, that was a weird choice of like snippet I put in there. I don't even know what film that's from. I can't remember. I actually kind of like, I like the beat quite a lot. I like the beat quite a lot. Like,
The fear had you paralyzed, trapped in the same place, hashtag alive. I loathe how you complain, I scare you, so you backpedaling life and dab your eyes. I was born last time you felt patronized, don't listen to me then. For all I care, I'm a pathivore, I take only your dreams and eat them.
like I kind of like the little whip, 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 like that little texture. I don't know what that is. I can't remember. Also like the little, it's like a weird kind of warped open hat. It's on the right.
For all I care, I'm a pathivore, I take only your dreams and eat
Like there, that's pretty cool. I don't know. This beat is a lot better. I remember because I remember the time I rushed this beat. I was like really trying to make the deadline because this is the last song I made through the whole thing. I was really trying to get my May 25th deadline, and it didn't even come out on the 25th. But I don't know if people know this. It came out on the fucking 23rd.
I'll never touch the stars. Damn.
So, okay, this is so interesting. Like, I think, again, surprise, surprise, I like the song so far because I'm not referencing things. I'm not even referencing anything apart from there's one lyric, hashtag alive, which is a zombie film about people who stay indoors. I think if you break all the lyrics down, I think it still makes a lot of sense. I don't think there's any cringe on it. There's minimal cringe. And that's kind of good news that my two favorite ones so far seem to be the ones I made last, which is To You 4 Tracks for Now and To You 4 Tracks to Go. That's a good thing, because that means that at least at the end of my creation of that project, I was going in a direction that I'm more happy with now. And I think that's great.
Too far, morbid soul searching mirror, better shape than you are. Lying on sheets, singing to choruses, praying that 5 years on I'll really
So
return.
what is that sound? Hold on.
Lying on sheets, singing to choruses.
Why is it a random, do you hear that? There's a random water pouring sound effect. I do feel like some of my creative choices were kind of just to like add texture, which I don't think I feel as much now. I feel like, you know, I'm not trying as hard. Like I'm kind of trying to, not trying as hard is a bad way to phrase that, but I think I was trying too hard is my point in this. I think I was trying way too hard to be like, oh, like I need to make it interesting. I need to make the beat interesting. And so I'll just add random shit. Like that water sound effect does not need to be there.
Gone too far.
You know what I mean? And like the beat transitions again is because I didn't know how to structure beats. Like clearly there's a lot of room for improvement here, but I'm having fun. I'm having fun in the song so far. Okay. How interesting. Wow. May include music. May include music. Hey, what is this guy? What's this guy saying? I can press this in my opinion. I need more. I hope I don't have to wait a year. Max like 7 or 8 months. It's dropped over 5 months ago. Good luck with the rest of your work. I might even review it if I have the substance to do it. Interesting. That guy, shout out to him, by the way. He's actually a goat. Yeah, interesting. So I've listened to that whole project. What are my thoughts on this project? Should I listen to Sham Man as well while I'm like here? I don't know if I should. I don't know if I should, because I really don't like Sham Man. I don't know, like, Mayor Music, it's an interesting project. Where am I putting the final song actually? I didn't rank it. Hold on. A tier? maybe, or a B tier, like between Ravenous 1999 and whatever it's called, Scarecrow Sandwich. I'll put it between those two because while I think it gets the point across, again, which is my kind of main issue with Mancler music, is that sonically it doesn't sound amazing. I think I just feel like it's not punchy, it's not catchy, it's not like, you know, I don't know. Genius.com. Let's go on Genius. Subtle plug. Number. There's me. There's me right here. Right here, guys. You should look up my what is this? Nemba Q&A? The most popular album by Nemba is May Include Music with a total of 156 page views. What? What the fuck? That's new. That's new information to me. Well, they got like King K. Rool, I compare their career to Fear and Hunger. See, I think while at the beginning of this video I hated that lyric, I think now that I'm like going through it, having listened to the whole project, I think in comparison to the rest of the project, it's not as bad. I don't think it's an amazing lyric still. Yeah, to your message, you sitting in your square as a square fleet. You sitting in your square as a square, fleeting your breath. No strength to declare that you're neither fishes or flesh. Gone too far, morbid soul search, a mirror better shape than you are. Lying on sheets, singing to choruses. Praying that 5 years on I'll really be touring shit so you can go and grab my awards. Getting more for you cause making it's your only way out. Obsessing and forcing it. Unfortunate. At 6 in the morning, praying to notes. Your god, guru and ghost. You recognize me as all of it. Okay, I was kind of spitting. I was kind of spitting. Yeah, alright. Lyrically, there's you know, there's cool stuff. Yeah, just honestly, sonically, it's not amazing. I don't fuck with it. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see how it ages. I'm probably not ever gonna make another video about May Include Music again. Of course, I'll mention it because, you know, even if it's bad, and even I don't think it's bad actually. I will say again, I don't think it's a bad project. I'm very proud of it. I do kind of hold myself a little bit higher now that I've listened to it with fresh ears. I feel like I can kind of appreciate some of the things from a less critical lens, even though I am being very critical, but that's just because, you know, I'm trying to view this art as it is rather than as someone who's made it. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, let's listen to Sham Man while I'm here. I want to see how like it compares. I want to see how these songs compare to May Include Music. And also I'm, you know, promoting Is there a beat switch? There actually is, bro. I can't be bothered. Oh no. I just remembered the fucking beat switch in the song.
And if investigating positives, at least it got a body that repurposes zombie skin.
Let's listen to Nomanisan, the better song.
Yeah. That means you can't keep up with it, let alone box for real. Okay, I've seen it happen, your powers inside when your mind is ill.
Okay. I feel like that's the best one so far. I'm not gonna lie to you. I do think Nomanisan clears. I think Nomanisan clears May Include Music. I'm not. Like, okay, because I said it when I dropped. I think personally, Nomanisan was my best song. Now, having listened to May Include Music again, I can confirm my opinion is that Nomanisan is my best song. So, I don't know. I don't know what to take away from that. Yeah, alright, well, that's pretty much it, man. I don't know what else to say in this video. I've reacted to May Include Music. Happy 1 year birthday, May Include Music. But we are surpassing you. We are overtaking you, personally speaking. I know some people don't agree. Some people think actually that May Include Music is better. Some people think Sham Man is better than Nomanisan. I disagree, but it's alright. Everyone is allowed to have different opinions. That's kind of why I didn't want to explain everything about May Include Music in this video, but, you know, I'm still trying to, like, give some mystique to it, give some open invitations for people to kind of, like, give their own opinions, form their own opinions, whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. Guinness, 1977, out very soon, out in 6 days, I think, when you're watching this. It's cool. I think it's a cool song. I'm excited. You should be too. Put it in your calendar. May 29th, My Supreme, Christmas Day, May 29th. Dream big. Guinness. Here's a snippet of another song.